Well, Gary and Betty, I'm so glad that you agreed to be interviewed again for Voices of Community. And to start, what I'd like for each of you to do is to introduce yourselves and to tell us where you grew up.
All right, I'm Bettye Key, and used to be a Showers. Hated that name, so that was good to get a key. But anyway, I grew up in Oak Cliff, Dallas. Went to Reagan Elementary School. Went to a Griner Junior High. Was in the drill team, so I try to get in things. We moved to Arlington my junior year in high school, which was neither here nor there because they had already made their friends as a junior in high school. So it was hard to make friends. And I had one good friend in Arlington High School. And then after I graduated, went into UTA, or Arlington State College at that time. And I was going to go to North Texas, but their dorms were full when I went to find me a dorm room. So I ended up at UTA in the dorm, and they didn't have elementary education, which I wanted at the time. And since they didn't have it, I just started taking appreciation courses, which was dumb. And finally, my junior year in high school, they got education degrees, but it was in a history.
In college.
In college, yeah. UTA. That's where I am now.
Yeah, I know.
And then after I graduated, I went to Arlington High School is where I graduated from high school, but then went to UTA, got me a degree, and started teaching at Sam Houston High School. There was only 2 high schools in Arlington. And I taught American history for 6 years and then quit. I've had enough. I was tired. And I sold real estate for 1.5 years and then said, ooh, I need some money. So I went back to teaching, and they hired me for a junior high. It was a brand new junior high in Arlington, which is a good way of getting jobs, is to go where they're building schools. And I went there for 6 years. I don't know. Anyway,
Wow.
I didn't like driving across town, so they opened another junior high closer to where I lived, and went to Young Junior High. And from there, I went to be an assistant principal because you can only teach for 20 years and then you don't make any more money. That's it, top. They have to pass a law in order for you to get a raise. So in order to do that, I went to TCU and got my administrative degree. And I always had one funny question. Every time the teacher got their new class together and said, well, why are you here? Why are you in administration? 9 times out of 10, the answers to those kids were, I'm tired, I don't want to do this anymore, I don't like the kids. It was really amazing what their answers were. And I thought, good grief, what am I here for? But my answer was because I love teaching, because I love the kids, because I love what I'm doing, and I want to continue doing what I'm doing, but I want to make some more money. So administration, I stayed in that for
12 years.
12 years and retired.
So you were in the schools for
32 years.
32 years.
Public skills.
Okay, Gary, your turn.
Oh, yeah. Well, she taught at UTA for 2 years.
Well,
after
that's
that.
true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
We'll
taught.
definitely come back to that
Oh,
part.
okay. Yeah.
But let's start with
Okay.
who you are, and then why you gave us a thumbs up when, because that was for the dorms, because she went to,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about you for a bit.
yeah. Well, I'm Gary Key, and I was born in Cleburne, and graduated from Cleburne High. And I was pretty good in math, so I said, well, I think I'll be an engineer, because I looked on the chart and it says engineers make more money than anybody else. And then after I got into engineering, I said, this isn't really that much fun. So by the time I decided that I didn't want to be an engineer anymore, in college. I met Betty our junior year in college, and we pretty well decided we were going to get married after we got out of college. So I switched to math because I already had enough hours in math to graduate. But I changed my minor to history because I really loved history more than math. But you couldn't make a living in history, back then at least. So anyway, I graduated in math, and I got an engineering job when I graduated from college. And then after 2 years in engineering, I got very bored with that. I went to teaching at
You got laid off.
Well, no. No, I didn't.
Oh, that's right. I'm
No, I
sorry.
quit.
You did quit.
I quit and
I was having so much fun.
Yeah, she was by that time she was enjoying teaching so much. I said, I want to be a teacher too, so I can, have the summers off. I can have all these vacations, and I know I'm only going to make half as much money as an engineer, but it's worth it. Mm-hmm. But I'd never been in a classroom since high school. Never had an education course. I was very naive. So I took that teaching job and I lasted until March. And I said, I'm out of here. And Betty didn't have enough experience back then to tell me what I was doing wrong. So I went back.
I had never taught on those
I know, well, I was teaching remedial math to a bunch of kids that didn't want to be there. Mm-hmm. And each class was
during the Vietnam era.
It was about 35 kids per class, and they would be drafted if they dropped out of school. So I had a captive audience, but they didn't want to be there. Anyway, I went back to engineering until I got laid off.
So then, Betty, when did you move to UTA as was it as an adjunct?
After I retired, mm-hmm. That's what they were doing with adjuncts, was finding retired teachers. Mm-hmm. And one of my good friends was teaching this class, and she got a raise. She got a different job. She got an administrative job in the administrative office.
At
so
UTA.
Yeah, at UTA. So she asked me if I would do it. I said sure, and I had just retired. I was home. I was teaching a class in discipline, which all of the girls, all of the students that I taught at that time were teachers. They came to summer, during the summers, that's when I started, and they had to get their extra 3 hours to go next year, and so they were just kind of thinking that they knew what they were talking about, but all of them were having trouble in discipline. But anyway, I taught that for 2 years.
So this was a classroom management course?
Classroom management in classroom, management.
And Gary, were you building houses yet at this point, or?
I did a little bit of everything. I built houses and land development.
Real estate.
Real estate. I was a real estate broker for 50 years.
What year was this?
I started, I left LTV the last time in 1970. And that's when I got in real estate and building. And then we accidentally got into the boat business, water skis and boats, for 17 years. And we had the largest ski boat dealership in the state of Texas.
You all did?
Yeah, the two of us.
Wow.
Well, I was teaching.
In Arlington. Well, she was teaching.
I was bringing in the money.
Okay.
She always lets me, she always.
It was good.
I'll tell you what, no matter what teachers make, it's a steady paycheck. When you're self-employed like I was for 35 years, I made really good sometimes, and I was in the negative numbers other times. But she was always there to have a paycheck. So, and insurance, which is huge. So, it's a very stable job. And luckily, she really loved it, and I loved it too.
Right.
I loved that she loved it.
Let's talk about you guys coming to Erath County, because the last time we talked, you mentioned, well, you said a lot of things. I don't want to give it away, right? But you talked about coming to Morgan Mill, and I kind of want to go there. I want to talk about you coming to Erath, seeing this property, etc. So go ahead and talk about that.
It was in an auction, and as a matter of fact, it was my nephew that was working. He wasn't working, but he had association with the auction. And he had this postcard on his table, and he said, "Oh yeah, we're having a land auction." We had not really thought about this very much, but we came to the land auction and saw this piece of property with the water and bid on it and got it. Scared us to death. But
There were 52 tracks out here in 1998, and we bought 2 of the smaller tracks, and just fell in love with it. We had a lake house at Granbury at the time, but Granbury was too busy. It didn't for retirement.
Gary drove me, we were driving out here and he said, "I'm moving out here, you might as well quit teaching and come out here with me." I mean, that's really, he just said, "Hey, it's time." And that was before this was built, that was built.
Mm-hmm.
This used to be our carport. The house stopped right here, and this was just an open carport. So then we added that. Of course, I was home builder, so it was not that hard to do.
So talk about the Morganville community. What attracted you to this community in particular?
Well, we didn't really know anything about it. I never heard of Morganville. I barely heard of Stephenville because of Jake and Dorothy's. And Stephenville and Cleveland used to be in the same football district, and that's the only thing I knew about Stephenville. And I wasn't, just superficially, we weren't that impressed with like Stephenville and of course Morganville. And then when we got down here, I said, "Boy, these people are amazing." But they, we had people from all walks of life, all educational backgrounds, doctors and retired teachers, CPAs, everything, all surrounded us. And like, wow, this is amazing. And we just fell in love with it. That house right on the hill over there, that was the president of Town and Country Bank, which became Interbank. And he introduced us to a lot of people out here.
He took us to the first basketball game at Tarleton.
At Tarleton. And we started going to the plays at Tarleton. We started going to a lot of the music concerts, all the football games, basketball. Well, we were into sports at UTA also, but it took us longer to get to UTA from South Arlington than it does to get to Tarleton from here because of the traffic. But we liked UTA, but it was changing a lot. It was more, they were going a different direction. They weren't catering to rural communities, and it was more research and international. And
growing, just like Tarleton.
yeah, it was growing.
It was growing.
I was reading they've got 46,000 students now, I think.
Tarleton will be there someday.
And we had about 10,000 when we were in school.
Right. And UTA took a big hit with their international students last year.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, well,
I
I'm
guess
sure
so.
they did.
Yeah, and a large percentage of their students are
Very much,
international.
which is a byproduct of what you're talking about. And they, when
I hadn't thought about that.
Oh, yeah.
Right, right. So when you get here to Morgan Mill, what are the kind of things that you did in the community to stay involved or that you were involved with?
I can remember the first event we went to was at the old fire station, which is going to be obsolete soon. But they had a fundraiser, and it was one of them that they sell pies and cakes, and it was quite an eye-opener to see them make, I bet they made $5,000 or $6,000 on those
yeah.
pies and cakes.
Oh yeah, easily. It was the older women in Morganville that were well known to the community, and the pies and cakes didn't have any value per se, but it was just the idea of it.
That you have to support your fire department.
Yeah, you were going to donate money to the fire department anyway, so it gave those ladies a lift, to get $700 or $800 for a cake that they'd made and stuff like that. Our fundraiser, to give you an idea where it's gone to, our fundraiser last November, same format, pies and cakes, and we raised over $100,000 that night.
I think that's what kind of attracted us to Morgan Mill.
People just like, we're family. We're in this together. We need a fire department. The government's not doing it for us. There's not the fire department, the school. None of the churches have ever borrowed a penny in this community. Everything is paid for in cash ahead of time, and it's just amazing.
So tell us about your involvement. You talk about the involvement at Morgan Mill. Last time we talked, you talked about the community center.
Mm-hmm.
But what are the things, and you also talked about attending events at Tarleton. So from the time that you became Erath County residents to now, what are the things, remind us, what are the things that you all do together that like plug you into the community?
We do it all
from the fire
together.
department?
Yeah, we do it all together, other than the fire department.
Well, she's there helping with but I joined the fire department the very first year that we moved here first full time in '02,
Mm-hmm.
and I was assistant chief, and then I'm the president now. But I just have to approve the checks that are spent, which we've been spending a lot. We're building a fire station now that's going to run just under $1 million, all with the donated funds.
It's paid for.
Paid for. It's paid for. We'll be in there next month. Then we built a community center the year after I got here. It was paid for. 5,000 square foot community center. And we started going to covered dish suppers, just meeting people. The community has a breakfast every month. New people see the signs and they just show up, and they say, "Oh, this is neat," and they come in and
We advertise it as free,
yeah.
but everybody drops in money, so it pays for, when you don't have taxes. I think that's the main thing that people don't realize when you live in a small rural town.
People are willing to pay for what they benefit from, and if you're not twisting their arm.
Do you know how many people live in the Morgan Mill area?
Well, there's no way of knowing because there's not a census tract that just incorporates Morgan Mill. The only official census tract incorporates Bluffdale and Morgan Mill, and so it's probably 1,500 people or so.
How many do you have on your email list, though?
Oh, in the fire district, our fire district goes all the way 10 miles to the county line, and it goes 5 miles south, almost halfway to Stephenville, and then it goes halfway to Bluffdale. So we have about 2,000 property owners. Some of them are absentee, a lot of them are absentee, but even the absentee property owners support us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When we talked last time, we talked about family life, and you talked about how you all don't have any kids, right? And so, and I don't remember what the answer to this question was, but when I talked about family traditions, right, or asked about family traditions, what are some of the key traditions, right, that make up what it is, make up y'all? Do you have any traditions, Thanksgiving, Christmas, where you spend time, or?
I think it's hard to answer that question because we don't have kids to focus around.
Mm-hmm.
But we're focused together. So whatever he does, I do. Whatever I do, he does. And we're strong in the church. We're getting ready to do the cantata this weekend. He comes to all my practices on Monday nights.
Boring.
No. But I mean, we're together, whatever we do. So whenever we do traditions, like we talked about going to the Baptist church in Stephenville for Christmas.
We help them cook. They serve lunch to the whole community,
Right.
on Christmas Day, and we've helped them cook several times. And that is really a fulfilling deal. It's neat.
But he cooked the gravy and I cooked the sweet potatoes. I mean, we do it together.
And then we always put up a tree. There's nobody here, but we put up a tree. And we go in there and we reminisce about all the decorations on it because we have 60 years of decorations, and every year there's something different.
This is the first time we didn't put it in the attic. We put it in my bedroom. So you can come and go see my Christmas tree.
Yeah,
It's got all my
like
school stuff on it. It's got all of our travel stuff. When we travel, obviously we're together and we've got a trailer and
We used to go to Mexico a lot when we were younger. We had a 4-wheel drive Scout, and we'd drive down to Saltillo and Monterey and all through there, and then we took the train to Mexico several times.
I mean, it's what everybody else does.
What trains go to Mexico or went to Mexico?
The ones that run on tracks.
I know that. Amtrak? Is it Amtrak?
No, it's the Mexican National Railroad. Yeah. You catch it in Laredo, and
Goes through the mountains.
it goes to Monterey and San Luis Potosi, and it stops in Mexico City, and then we always took buses from Mexico City to Acapulco or the coast, and then you can catch another train from down to Chihuahua and go to the coast
We don't do this
on
now.
the Copper Canyon.
When's the last time y'all went? Do you remember
Long
the
time
year?
ago,
Oh gosh, no.
The 90s?
80s probably.
The 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're talking about 60 years of marriage,
No,
you're talking about a lot of
we've
years.
we've driven down there since then. In fact, we used to go down to the Rio Grande Valley every winter and,
Birding.
birding, bird watching.
Whatever he does, I do, and whatever I do, he does. I mean, it's just a twosome.
So what? I don't know. Maybe it's Mexico, but what trip stands out the most? If you had to have one trip memory from the past.
I think the cheapest one, our first big one down there, it cost like $20-something for a train trip from Laredo to Mexico City. And that was a Pullman car with a sleeper because it takes 25 hours. And then we went to the Ballet Folklorico, all the museums, everything. I remember standing on a street corner in Mexico City and we were just looking like tourists. And this policeman comes up to us and he says, "You're tourists, aren't you?" And I said, "Good observation." And he said, "Well," he says, "I don't know him personally, but the president of Mexico is going to be driving by here in just a few minutes. If you want to hang around." He said, "I won't be able to stop him and introduce you to him, but you're welcome to wave." I said, "Well, I appreciate that." So we did, and he waved, and I waved. And,
See, I don't remember any of this.
Really?
I remember the trip.
And everybody was just so friendly, and and then
Yeah.
in order to save money, we'd take a third-class bus from Mexico City to Acapulco overnight, so that we wouldn't have
sleep
to
on the
spend for a
beach.
hotel room and sleep on the beach when we got there.
Describe a third-class bus. What is it? What's
Chickens.
Chickens.
Chicken. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and about 6 inches less knee room than I have knees, and full of cigarette smoke. Yeah. Other than that, it was very pleasant.
We got there on
But
$5.
this was 50 years ago too.
So this would have been like in the 80s?
70s.
Yeah,
70s?
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got married in '66.
So so that's typically the most memorable are the ones that
Are weird.
Yeah, they're weird.
Well, the Copper Canyon train is wonderful. They still do that one, but it's the most scenic railroad in North America by far. And you go through, I don't remember how many, 75 tunnels or whatever, and you wind up on the West Coast.
Wow.
And,
Do you remember that?
No.
oh, you do.
Well, I remember the Copper
Okay.
Yeah.
Copper Mountain.
Copper Canyon.
Copper Canyon. Well, we had
Close.
snow ski stuff.
We used to go snow skiing on that. Well, we sold snow skis briefly.
Well, that's true.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I thought you sold water skis.
We did.
We did, but we had to have something in the winter to
But
sell.
we had to have something to
That was the
lose
biggest
money.
mistake. Another big mistake.
I lost $250,000 in 4 years selling snow skis, so we don't talk about that. Oh, I just did. Don't sell snow skis in Texas.
It doesn't work.
That'd be
No.
like selling ice to Eskimos. It just doesn't work.
Did you ever travel abroad overseas?
No.
No.
Never. Okay.
I thought we were going to one time. I even got my passport. What?
Something happened.
What? Something happened.
We've done.
What injury did I have? I think it was an injury.
Yeah, your
I think it
ACL.
was. We went
ACL.
snow skiing, and it was my ACL that I broke.
But
And
we've done the whole Caribbean and Yucatan. We used to love going down to Yucatan and do the pyramids. And
On cruises?
Yeah.
in fact, no.
Not cruising?
No, we did archaeological.
He gets
deals.
seasick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we were going to do a joint archaeological trip with the SMU one time years ago, and they backed out at the last minute, so it turned out it was just like 6 of us on practically through all the behind
Pyramids.
the scenes all through Yucatan, Uxmal, and
Now that was a pretty good
oh,
vacation.
that was wonderful. Yeah.
That was during my Thanksgiving.
And then we
wasn't
did
it?
a side trip to Guatemala. No, that was, we went to Belize. We're digressing here, but my first year at LTV, one of the pilots was he's a retired Navy pilot, but he chartered a DC-3, and there was like 20 of us that flew to Belize back when it was actually a British colony, British Honduras. And we went snorkeling, and then we went over ground to Guatemala, and we took a raft across the river into Guatemala.
I think the main thing that we do is that we're spontaneous. We don't have ties. We can just get up and go. If we want to go, we go.
And I think that showed in the first interaction that I had with you, because you were there the next day.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
So that was.
And you
reflected in
didn't, you gave us about, what, a week's notice on this one?
Oh,
that. If that.
if that, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about food. We've had the opportunity to eat here at the house.
Food.
Right. Talk about meals or dishes that you've cooked for Gary, since he claims he doesn't cook at all, that he enjoys the most.
Something very easy. It has to take 30 minutes or less. And that's what I used to watch, was Rachel with 30 minutes or less. And it just has to be easy. I mean, chicken, I always do chicken. We're not real heavy meat eaters.
We don't do red meat much at all.
Yeah.
Tortillas are good.
Roll-ups.
Roll-ups.
Hey,
What
I
do you call
don't.
them roll-ups? What are roll-ups?
Just whatever's left, you roll it up in a tortilla and eat it.
It can be.
It'd be spaghetti.
So tonight it's going to be pulled pork.
It's going to be pulled pork.
It'll
You
be
better
pulled
believe
pork
it.
for several days.
Right.
Yeah.
What? Talk about the pumpkin pie. Talk about gardening with us.
See, yeah. Well, you ain't even been in my greenhouses.
Not yet.
I know. And I cleaned them up.
I think we're going to visit greenhouses.
Yeah. We're doing the greenhouses no matter if you want to or not.
And I'm a worm farmer.
What's a worm farmer?
I have a big thing that's got
It's a
4
con-
layers with
It's a
worms
condominium
living
for
in it.
worms. It's in
And
the workshop.
you take the
But there's
worm,
thousands of worms in there about 10 feet from where Cece's sitting.
and if you, if you're a gardener, you like worm castings. And you take on the bottom layer is all their poop and all their stuff that they've eaten and gone through, and you use it for your garden.
So what do you grow in your garden?
Well, right now I've got potatoes and I've got onions. He likes onions. And I bought my tomatoes over at HEB this
Spinach.
last week, spinach. But my spinach isn't coming up. Pumpkins, I raised that pumpkin that you ate for pumpkin pie. So it's been in the freezer since Christmas. So anyway, but flowers I like flowers. So I don't know, there was an article, was it in the newspaper or on TV, that said no matter how old you are, you got to have somebody to take care of. It may be your garden, it may be your relatives, it may be your aunt, maybe your kids, but that's just part of your
But
life.
you need something to take care of.
To be for
be
them to be
responsible
responsible
for.
and you responsible.
Because her gardens would die if she didn't do it.
And I've neglected them this last week, and some
And
of them didn't make it.
I need to reach the point where I'm concerned. I'm very conservative when it comes to money, so I'm afraid to retire from the fire department because I'm the most conservative person in the fire department, and I have to approve all the checks that are written.
And they know that.
And they know that, and it holds them down because there's lots of toys when you're in the fire department. There's just all kinds of things you can buy. And I said, yeah, but will we ever need it in the next 10 years? Well, maybe. Well, that's not good enough, yeah. So anyway, we have responsibilities every day.
Right. Have you ever made one of those pumpkin pies and sold it at the
No.
fundraiser?
What do you
No.
make? You make,
What do you make for the fundraiser?
I make,
that's not me. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was trying to think of what that cake that I make. I make it out of vanilla wafers. And it's really yummy. A vanilla wafer cake, and I don't know. But Gary always buys it.
Let me turn this off.
So it doesn't make any difference what it is or what because he's going to buy my cake.
Yeah,
Gary's gonna buy.
Gary's going to buy my cake.
well, maybe,
Oh, I see what happens here.
Oh, yeah.
maybe.
He has never not bought my cake.
Have you told her how much you bought her cake? Do you know how much he's bought your cakes for?
Oh, sure.
All right.
Generally
let's
about
spill the beans.
$1,000.
About $1,000.
Yeah,
It's been more, though.
it has been more, yeah, 2,000, 2,500,
Wow.
Some
You eat them after you buy them, or?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I can see you giving
Yeah,
them away.
do I look that up?
No, it's a vanilla wafer cake, and it's an old recipe, I think, because you kind of have to hunt for vanilla wafers sometimes. I mean, they're not real easy to find.
Really?
And I make the cookies that y'all had, except I have to change now. They're called Post Toasty cookies, and they're made out of Post Toasty cereal. But now they're made out of granola cereal because I can't find Post Toasties.
Really?
They're cowboy cookies too.
Cowboy cookies.
What makes a cowboy cookie?
I guess the Post Toasties. I don't know.
And when you go to various events with the church and you're taking food, what are you taking with you?
Your apple salad
apple
too.
salad.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's a win-win deal. Yeah.
Did y'all enjoy the apple? Who had the apple salad?
It's easy,
Yeah.
and it keeps. You can make it the day before.
Right.
So
Well, what recipe do you think that you'd want to share with us? Were you planning to share the pumpkin pie, the cookies, everything?
I don't know.
Well, you have to
just-
share something.
I can't remember it unless I'm sitting there making it. But I don't know. I'm not that big a cook.
No.
There
were a lot of big cooks around us, and it's very inspirational though. Oh, when we first came here, we were talking about. They said, "Well, you don't need to lock your car except during the spring." And I said, "During the spring?" I said, "Yeah, you need to keep your car locked because people have so many vegetables. They'll put them in your car while you're
at the post office.
Yeah, while you're at the post office or whatever, and you'll come back to your car and there'll be a whole basket full of squash or something there."
Squash is one of the worst.
Yeah, because people grow more squash than they can use. So.
Did y'all ever have that happen to you?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a true story.
Wow.
Yeah. But in Arlington, you kept your car locked for other reasons.
Right.
Mainly so you still have a car when you came back.
But out here, nearly everybody has some kind of a garden.
Yeah.
Tomatoes or onions or whatever. So, and we're in an exercise class, so
3 times a week.
so we have a friend that has a real good garden. He's a member of the garden club in Stephenville, so he keeps us in zucchini and squash. What else does he?
Green beans.
Green beans, yeah.
Peas. Yeah.
Peas. Oh, it's just a good area to be in, but you just,
A lot of us moved here about the same time. Just coincidentally, I guess, because
well, that piece of property that we bought, how many
that's true.
came in on that?
Yeah.
And they've all, I don't think we have any weekenders now to
Not
speak
really.
of.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So everybody's full-time living here? Who's here?
I think so.
Yeah. There's a lot of people moving in down the road here. They put in a lot of 10-acre tracts. When we first came here 20 years ago, 7,500-acre tracts were affordable, and now 10-acre tracts are almost unaffordable. So it's just grown geometrically
Right.
on prices. I'd hate to be retiring now.
Well, what did you pay per acre when you bought the place? Do you remember?
Here,
Mm-hmm.
it was 75 acres, and we paid about $1,100 an acre. Now some of the tax rolls at $11,000 an acre.
Wow.
So
So you
10
need to
times.
really make money.
10 times, yeah. Buy soon. We bought our first house. Well, we rented for 3.5 years an apartment. Well, we only had one car. We were very frugal. And she didn't get her own car for 4 years. And she either carpooled or I took her to school or she
Or walked.
walked. It was real close to Sam Houston High School. And so we waited 4 years before she got her own car, which was an MG convertible, and for $2,500 new. And so, yeah. But our first house cost $19,500. It was a 3-bedroom brick house.
And what was the interest rate? That's when that y'all are kind of like, whoa.
It was
It
when
was-
we
it
first
started-
bought it. It was 8.5% interest. And then it dropped to 7.5%, and we managed to finagle and get it 7.5%. But we weren't talking about much principal. So the payments on a 7.5% loan for a $19,000 house was only about $200 a month. So, and we were paying about that in rent, bills paid.
But your business, when you bought that store for your boats, your interest rates was up to 12%.
Yeah, 14%. Interest rates went up. By 1980, interest rates have gone up to 14%.
That's the
Resolution Trust Company.
And then they wouldn't let us pay it off.
Then yeah, they just weren't loaning money. Period. I mean, it was. I mean, you talk about interest rates now. It was horrible back then in the early '80s.
right.
They had reverse mortgages where you paid more in you paid more in interest, and you didn't pay any principal at all. It was all going towards interest. So anyway,
Yeah. Wow.
but interest rates are what on mortgages now 6% maybe.
About
But the starter homes are like what
300.
250, like I don't know.
very expensive.
It's scary.
They're very expensive. What makes Erath County special to you? Is it the university? Is it
University.
church?
Universities.
Talk about why.
It's something to do.
Yeah.
They've already, I mean, we're going to a very nice gathering tomorrow night at a ranch that we've never been to.
No,
It was
Fraser Conservancy.
ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you
Supposed to
had.
be there.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, okay.
college of
I mean,
Fine Arts.
there's always something to
Fine
do.
Arts, yeah, we're going to that, and we've never seen that. And there was a musical concert in April the 11th. That
Our music director is in, and we've been to all the basketball
all the
games.
Messiah concerts are
Messiahs.
always great at Christmas.
There's just, just something to do all the time. And we were that way at UTA. We went to the plays, we went to the athletic events. So it's something that we've always done. And UTA reminds us a whole lot of UTA when we were there.
Yeah.
Now they're big.
Size-wise, it's almost identical.
But now we're not, but we feel attached. They even got us in the Alumni Association. We're not alumni.
You know, Coach Gillespie. Of course, he's not our coach anymore. But we paid our dues for the Alumni Association, even though we didn't go to college. And he said, "Key, there's no way you graduated from Tarleton." I said, "No, but I paid the money and got this T-shirt." He started laughing, and he was so funny.
But they're all friendly. It's all friendly. You don't ever meet anybody at Tarleton that's not friendly.
Oh, one or two.
Well, in Erath County, are you part of any fraternal organizations or clubs?
Well, Optimist Club. Yeah.
Talk about the Optimist Club.
Yeah, we both joined the Optimist Club since we came here. We were members of the Kiwanis Club in Arlington.
Okay. What is the Optimist Club's mission?
It's a friend of youth.
I know.
The club built that park on the north side of town, and they give money to the different scholarships and everything every year.
They help a lot of people. Well, our last fundraiser, we bought the speakers for the new stadium.
Well, for the Brock.
For the Brock Stadium.
The junior high field. They didn't.
Oh, it was the junior high, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, but we paid for the speaker.
Just things that are not in the budget.
So, I don't know.
Again, it's just a social deal for us. But
Right.
there's some really hard workers in it.
I'd never seen or heard of an Optimist Club until I saw the sign on the park.
Oh, really?
Right. So it's Optimist JC
Yeah.
Park. I've heard of the JCs before.
Well, the JCs are no longer around. But,
Okay.
but the Optimists are very strong.
Okay.
Yeah, well, not as strong.
Supposed to be Friends of Youth.
Yeah.
It's
Optimist is probably the third or fourth largest service club in the United States. Rotary, I think, is number one.
Definitely heard of the Rotary.
Yeah.
But a lot of social clubs, even in Stephenville, gone out of.
Well,
They lost it.
COVID just took out a lot of service clubs. I think the Kiwanis Club went away, and several churches got just devastated, and people just quit going to things for a couple of years, and they never went back.
What did y'all, being so active, do during COVID?
Oh, we didn't catch it. I planned Gary's 80th birthday because he used to have birthdays every year, and then finally I said, no. 5 years. 5 year came up, his 80th birthday.
No, that wasn't during COVID, though.
Yeah, it was.
No, it
well,
was
no,
not.
it wasn't during
No.
COVID.
No.
We didn't get during COVID. We got COVID when I was planning his 80th birthday.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Both of us got
It wasn't during the epidemic, though.
Both of us
And it
got
was just like a bad cold. I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah, but I didn't have people in this house.
Well, that's true.
But you weren't going to Tarleton games. You weren't going to football games.
No, we
you
didn't
weren't-
do any of that.
Oh, yeah, during COVID.
I don't know what.
The football season got canceled. They finally started playing some games in the spring, like 4
Yeah.
or 5 games, and it was weird.
We read a lot.
It was pretty stupid.
What, COVID?
Well, some of the things they did were just crazy, but like our church, that you couldn't handle the hymnals. Like,
Yeah, they took the hymnals away. That's right.
yeah, they took the hymnals away. You're afraid you'd catch COVID from the hymnal. Like,
It was an interesting time.
yeah,
It was.
nobody, to be fair, nobody knew what to do. They found out that there was one guy that accidentally went into the courthouse that had COVID, and they all just went berserk, and they paid some shyster guy $40,000 to come in and
Clean it. That's
to
true.
clean the courthouse because this one guy had walked through it. That's pretty good little
Well,
gig
it's something y'all are going to remember the pandemic
there. 5 years ago.
5 years ago, barely.
Barely, yeah. You were in high school? Junior high? Junior?
Juniors?
Junior?
School. I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
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 But
Well, y'all went home.
yeah,
You didn't
they-
have school, did you?
Were you doing high school from home or Zoom? Or,
Yeah.
It was on Zoom. In the state.
I just hate Zoom classes.
Today, I
Yep.
was picking up on my virtual school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was a real estate broker for 50-something years, and you can't do live classes in Erath County. You have to
Well.
do it online. And they have live classes in the Metroplex. But I gave up my life. I wasn't making any money anyway at it, but I gave it up because I just do not like to do classrooms on Zoom.
Um,
I mean, I want the interaction with my fellow students. I learn more from the other people in the room than, well, I was pretty introverted in high school. I was a bookworm, made all A's and everything. Went to college, my grades went down, but my social skills went up. And it was just interaction with my fellow students and teachers and everything, and I loved it.
What's the biggest change y'all have seen since you moved to Erath County?
Traffic,
we said that.
yeah. Noise and traffic,
Noise and traffic?
Well, and that Charlton is getting so much bigger.
yeah.
But it sure is nice.
It's
They got
not-
a
it's not
football
getting-
field and
It's not getting worse, it's just getting bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think ETA got worse and bigger. I mean, that's unfair, but, we weren't there. But
What advice would you give to like young couples who are moving to
Erath
Stephenville,
County.
Erath County?
Have a job before you come here.
well, either a paid job or a volunteer job.
Well,
Betty immediately became involved with the hospital auxiliary when she came here. I mean, we always been so busy, and I immediately got in with the fire department and then just various other things, and joined Optimist Club and just things. And and I feel sorry kind of for some of these people that come here and they just, I just want to get away from it all. But at least you don't have to just completely immerse yourself, but at least see what's out there and get in touch. If you're going to be a school teacher in a new community, don't just go to school. I mean, go to school, go be involved in the community, church or, various meetings. civic
community
org-
stuff.
even Chamber of Commerce and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What do you hope people remember about you, the Keys, at Tarleton State and in the community? Like, what kind of legacy are y'all hoping to leave behind?
if my lips are moving, I'm not telling the truth.
That's
what,
true.
That's what most
And
people
he's
say.
talking.
I'm talking. No. I'm bad about kidding about things, exaggerating about things. But I haven't been, I've been serious today.
You've been serious.
I've been serious today.
Pretty much.
I
No.
like her. She smiles.
Yep. So legacy, like what's the legacy?
What's the legacy?
What's the
I don't
key
know.
legacy with Tarleton? Is it with Tarleton? Last time you
Maybe.
talked?
Well, we left some at UTA.
Very, very,
They started that idea of leaving your money behind.
Uh-huh.
So, we left some at UTA.
Well,
they
they
didn't ask for very much, is the good part.
well,
When we went to
percentage-wise.
Tarleton, they asked for all of it.
Already have asked for all of it?
You bet.
Yep. They just hadn't quite figured out how they're going to get it from all this.
It was last time we met, you talked about figuring out your estate. And
Yeah.
those kinds of, I guess that's what you're talking about. Right?
Yeah, and Gary's got a meeting tomorrow to talk about
With
it.
Janice, yeah. with
Janice
the
is coming.
foundation, Yeah.
They're not going to let it go.
Well, Betty.
Well,
No, we don't want to
good.
let it
We
go.
don't
I
wanna
mean, we
let
don't
it
want to
go.
let it go. I mean, even when we did our first wheel, back when we were in our 20, UTA had a deal where they would give you a free will if you would donate $15,000 in your estate to UTA. I said, well, that's an old lady's deal. I mean, we're going to be gone anyway. We might not even have 15,000 when we die. And we certainly did. We certainly didn't then.
We didn't then, that's
But
true.
we didn't then, that's for sure. And so anyway, we got a free will. And when we first got our first will, it was, in fact, I just found it. We were giving scholarships away to history majors at UTA for kids that wanted to teach at Sam Houston or Arlington High School. Teach history or social studies, whatever. But right now, our scholarship, such that it is, it's not very big. First priority is to kids that went to Morgan Mill School. And a lot of those kids a lot of them don't go to school. I mean, they don't go to college.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
So we'll see how the meeting goes with Tarleton tomorrow.
See how they're going to change it.
She's a friend.
She wants to broaden the scope.
Well, yeah.
Because it is so narrow when we said, hey, it's going to be somebody from Morgan Mill. Of course, we were trying to get kids from Morgan Mill to go to Tarleton.
Right.
Because a lot of times kids go other than here.
To get away from home.
To get away from home. We want them to stay here and get the experience of Tarleton. But, you know, we're not going to do that as much. It's going to be more.
Well, one thing you got to think about the future. I mean, you're talking about, 50, 100, 200 years. I mean, Morgan Mill might not even be a Morgan Mill, or it may be completely different. Different, In fact, there's some possibility that Morgan Mill School may be absorbed by Stephenville School District. So, yeah,
Right.
I mean, it's a possibility. So anyway, you don't want to, in the same way with giving money to a church, that church may not be here 50 years from now. So you got to make it broad enough to, to cover your bases. Hopefully Tarleton will be around.
I think it will be.
Yeah, I think it will be.
It'll outlast all of us.
Yeah.
I told you about having that fire close to John Tarleton's grave up there at Bettye.
Oh, his original grave?
Yeah, the original grave.
Well, so there was a fire up there?
Yeah, there's been a couple of fires up there on that road going to the cemetery.
Okay, right. I mean, I knew that he was originally interred up there.
Yeah.
Before he was.
Well,
moved.
his tombstone is still there.
Oh, was one of them still there?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay. He's not still there though, is he?
I don't know. I
don't think anybody
didn't dig and see. I didn't. His duck's there.
His duck is?
Well, the story is that he was
Moved
moved twice.
twice.
3 times. Well, he was moved there,
Yeah,
and then he was moved to Heritage Park.
but
Right.
in the middle of the street.
Well, where the gazebo is,
Yeah.
in that area.
Oh.
And then he was moved from there to Lillian and Washington.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
You know where the big obelisk is?
Yeah.
Well, that obelisk was there. And
Okay.
they moved that obelisk over.
Okay. Well, there's still a tombstone up there at Pigo or something
That's interesting.
cemetery.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go up there and do a little digging.
That's the first stop that these students, when they met with me, we met out at
Yeah.
John.
That's one
Tarleton.
thing I really like about Tarleton is that freshman orientation.
I know. See,
You know,
we didn't have
we don't
that.
do that anymore. Do y'all have the first year? Where
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Hey,
Okay.
hey.
Okay.
At
Well,
the
you ever
ranch.
teach him something?
Ah, at the ranch. No,
At the
no.
ranch? Is there something?
Isn't it at a ranch?
The Green Family Camp.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it duck camp?
Are you talking about
Duck
Duck
camp.
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 Duck
Okay,
camp.
Duck camp. Yes, there used to be these first year seminar classes though. Also, I
Uh-huh.
thought that's what you were talking about.
Okay. No.
Yeah, I don't think those are around anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, what else do you want to share that we haven't talked about?
I think.
What message do you have for these students
Ah.
and other students like them,
keep working.
future teachers?
Keep working.
We're just so proud of them.
And as soon as you're out of school, go volunteer at the school. Get your face at the school. Substitute at the school.
Yeah. Well, it's like Morgan Mill School. Probably 3/4 of the teachers they hire are student teachers that did their
That they
student
know.
teaching there, that they're familiar with. So it gets your foot in the door. So try to do your student teaching someplace where you'd like to teach.
And sometimes that's hard when you're not close,
Yeah.
but
What advice would you give as a former administrator, principal?
love teaching. I used to interview
Prospective teachers.
prospective teachers, and you know what they need to say when I ask them, why are you going into teaching? Because I love kids and I love this subject. But they don't always come up with that statement.
What did they say?
I don't remember now, but anyway.
I need the money.
I need the money. Somebody else told me this would be a good profession. I don't know.
Do you remember what a beginning teacher made when you were first principal in their first year, a brand new teacher?
I can.
About $400 a month.
Oh, that's when I was teaching.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When she
When
first
I started, they were making $400 a month.
So 400.
Well, for one thing, I started teaching in, well, my administrative, that was kind of different because I started teaching, my administrative job I started in December. And they prorated it because they were going to have to give that money all through the summer.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
at
so
least
whatever.
not
But
12 months.
Her final checks were really good as an administrator, and that was 25 years ago.
And I didn't get a whole lot of raises since then.
She's had one substantial raise since then. I mean, the state has not done a very good job on keeping teacher retirement, but that's one thing you need to concentrate. They base it on your last 3 years average, and so one of her buddies up there, he started doing driver's ed, teaching summer school, and it all adds up during his last 3 years, and he got it way up because all that counted, and he did everything he could to get, you know, it's not just on your base salary, it's your total income. So of course y'all are a long ways from retirement. But
Betty, did you get a master's degree? Do you recommend
Oh, yeah.
continuing and then?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
never quit school until I got my master's. Now I didn't go back and get my administrative until TCU came up with a administrative certificate that was based on teachers, and they knew we didn't have any money, so they gave us a big discount and all that kind of stuff. And we carpooled from Arlington. There was like 4 or 5 of us. But yeah, the TCU was fun, I have to admit.
parking was bad.
Parking was bad,
But you need to get your master's as soon as possible because
yeah.
that was even 40 years ago. That was at least
Will you continue making raises?
it was at least it's several $1,000s a year extra over a whole lifetime. So get that master's as soon as possible. In Arlington, they didn't pay extra for a PhD in public schools. I don't know if they do now, but
They probably do now.
maybe.
Some, maybe.
Yeah.
Typically the master's.
But master's was almost well, but she got she was head of the department almost right off the bat. So that pays a little extra, but stuff like that.
What did we miss?
I don't know.
Anything else?
I don't think so. These ladies here are probably they probably want something to drink or eat or
All right.
or something to wake them up.
Well, Betty and Gary, it's super awesome to get to know you and hope to continue.
And I'm sorry
to,
we can't give you all those answers.
Well, no, I mean, you answered everything. So,
Yeah, right.
Yep, you answered everything. But thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all.